start with the topic surface tension. Uh, this is a force which is known to be acting on the surface of the liquid. This force acts on surface of liquid. Now we all know that surface of a liquid always tries to contract itself. Surface of liquid always tries to contract itself. This is a special property of all liquids. All liquids, a tendency to minimize its surface area. That means it tries to contract itself. The tendency of the liquid surface to contract its area is known as surface tension. I repeat, this tendency of a liquid surface to contract its area is called surface tension. Now, from practical experience, we know that when water droplets or a small amount of mercury always takes the shape of a sphere, always when raindrops fall from the sky, when it falls on the ground, it always takes the shape like this. This is not a complete sphere, but it's something known as sessile drop. But the concept of sessile drop cannot be discussed here, so we take this to be a spherical shape. Now, why spherical shape? Because the surface area of a sphere is less than its equal volume of any other shape. The surface area of a sphere is the least. Surface area of a sphere is the least. Hence, this takes the shape of a sphere. As the liquid tries to contract itself, so it will try to maintain a shape which has got the least area. The least area is of a sphere, so it takes the shape of a sphere. Now, if we take another example, that if we clean a dry needle, or rather a dry needle is placed horizontally on the surface of water, it is seen that the needle floats on water. If we take the surface of water and a needle is placed here, now what you will see, the needle just, the surface of the water will be like this when the needle is placed on it. Needle is placed horizontally, not vertically. If we place the needle vertically, it will go down, it will sink. Now we place the needle horizontally on the surface of the water. It is seen the needle floats. The water surface under the needle is slightly depressed. This is the slight depression. Now what happens? The weight of the needle is trying to expand the surface area, but the tendency of the surface is to contract itself. So it applies a force in the opposite direction, which in turn helps the needle to stay afloat, because the weight of the needle can be balanced by the reverse force or the reaction force of the contraction of the surface area. Because if the surface tries to contract itself, it will apply a force in the upward direction, so it can balance the weight of the needle acting downwards. Now, some practical examples or natural examples, like insects like spiders and mosquitoes are able to walk on the surface of water. You can also see that their legs touch the water surface, they become slightly depressed. The body is so light that this force, or the contractual force which acts in the opposite direction to weight, can balance their weight. So spiders and mosquitoes are able to walk on the surface of water. Now you take an experimental verification. This is an experiment you can do at home. Experimental demonstration. We take a what you call a soap solution, a thin soap film. First we take a wire loop. This is a wire loop. We take this loop and dip in a soap solution. Now when we dip in a soap solution, a thin film of or soap film will be formed in the loop when it is taken out of the solution. This film acts as the free surface of the liquid. Why we are taking free surface into consideration? Because surface tension acts on the free surface of the liquid. So this film on this wire loop acts as the free surface of the liquid. Now a wet cotton thread loop after being dipped in soap solution is put on the film. So this is a soap solution or soap film on it. Soap film on it. We are placing a cotton thread like this. The thread will lie on the soap film, but after some time you will see the the wet cotton thread will be in a perfectly round shape, if we pierce this internal part with a pin. If we pierce this internal part with a pin, this wire will be perfect, it will be in a perfect circular shape. So the soap film inside the loop is punctured with a fine needle, and you see that the cotton thread pulls itself together in a complete circle. Now the reason behind is this: there is no soap film in this region, but there is soap film here. Now this film will try to contract itself. The first word that I had used is contract itself. Surface tries to contract itself. So the force acting on this wet thread will be equal in all directions, resulting in a perfect circular shape of the string. Now another word or another phrase you will always hear, that is stretched thin membrane. Now what is a stretched thin membrane? You can take this to be a stretched thin membrane. From the previous case that we had discussed here, it can be concluded that the tension always acts on the free surface of the liquid, and that the free surface behaves as a stretched thin membrane. Due to this tension, the free surface of any liquid has a tendency to contract so as to occupy the minimum area. The tension is known as surface tension. Now when we are formulating, we can say surface tension is the force per unit length. Always remember, surface tension is force per unit length. Now another example we can take, if we take the top surface, if you see from the top, this is the surface of a liquid. We place a matchstick or anything straight. Now force of surface tension will act on the needle like this. Now this diagram can be mistaken for two forces equally balancing each other, but no, this is not the case. Here I am trying to say that when this matchstick is on the surface of the liquid placed horizontally, this part of the film, this right part of the film, is trying to pull this onto the right side, and this part of the film is trying to pull the matchstick onto the left side. These two forces balance each other, hence the matchstick remains at the middle. Now the water surface exerts an equal pressure on both sides of the stick. So we can say that surface tension exerts an equal pressure on both sides of the stick, and the force will act at right angles to the stick. Force will be normal to the stick. Now if we pour a drop of alcohol on any one of the sides, say right side, no, what happens? The force on that side becomes weaker, and the stick is pulled away by the stronger tangential force towards the opposite side. So if we place a drop of alcohol on the right side, we will see that the matchstick will slowly move towards the left side, because by dropping alcohol on the surface of water, I am decreasing the surface tension force on the right hand side. So the left hand force becomes more stronger, so the matchstick will slowly move towards the left. Now if we try to formulate the dimension of surface tension, now force is ml t minus 2 and length is L, so L part gets cancelled, the dimension is mt minus 2. Now this is a very common question for all examinations, board examinations, joint entrance examinations, the dimension of surface tension. Now the unit of surface tension, if we can say that SI unit or other SI unit is force means 1 joule, sorry, 1 Newton, and length is 1 meter. This is Newton per meter, not Newton meter. This is Newton per meter. Now the second thing that we have to take into consideration in this chapter is surface energy. First we have to understand what do we mean by surface energy. Now when we are stretching the top surface of the liquid, we are trying to stretch because I have already said that it acts like a stretched thin membrane or thin stretched membrane. The surface energy is the energy, or rather the potential energy stored in the surface of the liquid when we are trying to expand the surface of the liquid. The work done to expand the surface of the liquid is stored in the surface of the liquid as potential energy. I repeat, when work is done to stretch the membrane, the membrane tries to contract itself. From where does the membrane get the energy? When we try to expand, this expansion of the surface of the liquid, the work done to expand, or rather I can say the work done to expand the surface of a liquid is stored where? In the surface of the liquid, stored in the surface of liquid as potential energy. This potential energy is known as surface energy. Now the definition of surface energy. The surface energy of a liquid is measured by the work done to increase the area of the surface of a liquid by unity. So mathematically we can write what is surface energy. Surface energy is equal to the work done to increase the surface area by unity. So we divide it by unity. Now what is the dimension? ml square t minus 2 by L square. So it is mt minus 2. Now coincidentally, surface energy dimension coincides with the dimension of surface tension, that is also mt minus 2. Relation means relation of suppose SI unit. You can say SI unit. You can write work means joule. This is meter square. So it becomes joule per meter square. Now what is joule per meter square in CGS? The relation SI and between the SI and CGS units are joule is 10 to the power 7 args. Joule is 10 to the power 7 args by meter square means 100 square. So it becomes 10 to the power, how much? 10 to the power 7 minus 4, 3 args per centimeter square. 10 to the minus 3 arcs per centimeter square. Relation between surface tension and surface energy. So this is a derivation to relate surface tension and surface energy. For that we need a wireframe. We can name this wireframe as PQRS. Now take a wire AB. This wire can slide over this frame. This PQRS, this is a frame, and AB is a wire which can slide over this. Slide means move in this way. Now we dip this frame in soap solution. Now when we dip this in soap solution, what happens? A thin film of soap gets attached to this part ABQR. This is the soap film now. Now, as we all know that the soap film will try to contract itself, and as AB is movable, AB can move, AB will be pulled inwards because the surface will try to contract itself. The force will act normally on AB towards the inside, towards QR. So this part AB will be slowly taken into this frame inside and the area will be decreased. The soap film tries to decrease its own area. Uh, Now, when the force tries to contract the film surface and pulls the rope AB towards QR, now to keep this AB into position, to keep AB where it was, we have to apply an external force on AB. We have to apply an external force on AB to counter the inward force of surface tension of the film QRBA. So F is the external force required to counter inward surface tension force. Now if we take AB, the length of AB to be equal to L, length of AB to be equal to L, so surface tension of liquid, we take it to be T. Now what happens? The net force acting on the wire. What we can write? Net force acting on the wire AB in direction of QR. Now as surface tension is a force per unit length, surface tension is a force is the term we use for force per unit length, so we multiply this with L into T. Net force acting on the wire AB, this is the force T, which is force per unit length. So length is L, means total force is L into T. Now we have to multiply this with 2. Why 2? Because there are two surfaces of the film, because surface tension acts on the surface. So this is one surface and this is there is a bottom surface also. So there are two surfaces, so you have to multiply it with 2. So the net force acting on the wire AB in the direction of QR is 2LT. Now what we have to do is to keep the wire AB still. To keep AB still, that means at rest, we have to apply a force. A force is applied in the opposite direction. Force is applied in the opposite direction, so that force will also be F is equal to 2LT, an equivalent amount of force. Now the displacement of this wire AB, suppose you take it to be delta x, displacement of the wire AB to be delta x, so we can write amount of work done in displacing the wire AB, the wire AB through del x, that is the displacement against surface tension, against surface tension. Why? Because we are pulling it outwards, so it will be against surface tension. So F into del x is the amount of work done. Amount of work done is force into displacement. If you replace the value of the force, that is 2LT into del x. Now due to this, the total increase in the area of the film, increase to L del x. So the work remains stored as this work. This is the work which is stored as potential energy. This work is stored as potential energy. So work done to increase uh, the area against surface tension, to increase work done to increase unit area against surface tension is 2lt delta x by 2l delta x. It comes out to be T. So potential energy stored per unit area on surface energy is numerically equal to the surface tension of the liquid. So this is surface energy is equal to surface tension, but numerically. If we say the value of surface tension is 2 Newton per meter, we cannot write surface energy to be also 2 Newton per meter. We have to write it 2 because they are numerically the same. But here you have to write joule per, what was the unit? It was joule per meter square. They are numerically equal. They are numerically equal. Now, total surface energy. Till now, whatever we have discussed about the surface energy, we have considered the temperature to be constant. Till now, we have considered temperature to be constant. But actually, in practice, what happens? Some molecules from inside the liquid rise to its surface during the expansion of the surface. Now, whenever we try to expand the surface, the length of the or the area of the surface, we try to increase it. So, some molecules have to come from the bottom to replenish the increase in area. So, I repeat that in practice, some molecules from inside the liquid rise to its surface during the expansion of the surface. Now, a resultant attraction exerted by other molecules inside the liquid acts on these moving molecules. Therefore, these molecules, on reaching the surface, they lose their kinetic energy, and the average linear kinetic energy of the total liquid decreases. What happens when the molecules move up to the surface? These molecules move to the surface of the liquid. Now, the other molecules beneath them, they try to hold the molecules back because of the force of attraction or the intermolecular attraction. Now, if the molecule reaches the top surface, that means it has done some work to overcome this attraction force. If work has been done, then this molecule loses kinetic energy. The energy of this molecule is lost in doing work against the attraction force of the molecules lying beneath it. Now, when this molecule on reaching the top, what happens? It loses kinetic energy. Now, we all know that temperature is directly proportional to the average kinetic energy. Temperature is directly proportional to the kinetic energy. So, if this molecule loses kinetic energy, what happens to the temperature of the molecule? The temperature of the liquid, the temperature of the liquid decreases. I repeat, since the temperature is directly proportional to the average kinetic energy, the temperature of the surface of the liquid decreases with an increase in area. Hence, the temperature of surface decreases with increase in area. Increase in area. Now, we have to keep, the third point is we have to keep this temperature constant. We have to keep the temperature constant. Now, if we have to keep the temperature constant, the energy of or the temperature of the surface has decreased. Now, to keep the temperature constant, some heat has to be absorbed. Some heat to keep the temperature constant, the liquid surface absorbs heat from its surroundings. So, what happens? Liquid surface absorbs heat from surroundings. So, to increase the area of the liquid surface, keeping the temperature constant, energy may be supplied in two ways. The first one is the mechanical energy to increase the surface area. So, it can be done in two ways. The mechanical energy to increase the surface area. To increase surface area. And the second one is heat energy or heat energy supplied, heat energy to keep temperature constant, to keep temperature constant. The total of these two energies, first one I have written mechanical energy, second one is the heat energy. The sum of these two or the total of these two energies should actually make up the surface energy. So surface energy comprises of two parts. One is mechanical energy, one is heat energy. Now, to increase the increase in potential energy per unit surface area stored as surface energy is equal to, we can write total energy equal to mechanical energy plus heat. So mechanical energy E is equal to T plus H. So mechanical energy written as work done, and this as H. From thermodynamics, we can write H is equal to minus theta dt d theta. Now theta is the temperature in absolute scale, theta temperature in absolute scale, and dt d theta is equal to rate of decrease in surface tension. Rate of decrease in surface tension, you can write here due to increase in temperature, due to increase in temperature. So we can write E is equal to T minus theta dt by d theta. We replace the value of H in the first equation. Now we have written the rate of decrease in surface tension due to increase in temperature. That means dt d theta itself is a negative quantity. So dt d theta itself is a negative quantity. So this negative and this being a negative quantity, so minus minus becomes plus. Theta dt d theta is equal to E. Now if theta is equal to 0, that means at absolute 0, E is equal to T. Only at absolute 0, surface energy will be equal to surface tension. So we can write that at any temperature except absolute 0, the total surface energy of a liquid is always greater than the surface tension of the liquid. At any other temperature, surface energy is always greater than surface tension. So in the examination, the question can come by holding this line. Why surface energy is greater than surface tension at all temperatures except absolute 0. So you have to prove the full part. Now the molecular theory of surface tension. If we take a vessel with any liquid, we take molecule A. Now this molecule is attracted equally in all directions by the other molecules of the liquid. So this is considered to be a case where it is attracted uniformly in all directions by its surrounding molecules. So the resulting attractive force on this molecule A is 0. Resulting attraction force on this molecule is 0. The molecule remains stationary. So molecule A remains stationary because it is acted upon by forces equal in magnitude in all directions. On the other hand, for any molecule on the surface of the liquid, suppose we take a molecule on the surface of the liquid. Now this molecule is attracted by molecules downwards. The downward attraction here, it is not balanced by an equivalent upward force. There is no molecule here, so it will not be countered by the downward attraction force is not countered by any upward attraction force. So this molecule will try to move downwards because the force is downwards. As a result, the surface molecules tends to dip inside the liquid and the area of the free surface tends to contract. This property of the liquid is referred to as surface tension. If you take this molecule to be B or C, let's suppose it to be B, this molecule is attracted downwards. Now one more thing you have to keep in mind that however the contraction of the free surface of a liquid does not continue indefinitely. The contraction of the free surface of a liquid or the free surface, it does not continue indefinitely. Now when any two liquid molecules come within overlapping distance, suppose these two molecules are coming within overlapping distance, this is known as the overlapping of the molecules. Now this does not happen. Why it does not happen? When any two liquid molecules come within an overlapping distance, an elastic stress, what do you know? An elastic stress is developed. That means it comes in contact. If we touch the molecules, this will be acted upon by a repulsion force. Now this repulsion force is termed as elastic stress. It is termed as elastic stress because one molecule cannot encroach in another molecule. This elastic stress is developed and effectively repel each other, repulsion force repel each other in order to retain their molecular shapes. You cannot deter their molecular shape. This actually is the origin of the property of incompressibility of a liquid. This is why liquids are incompressible. The opposing effects of this repulsion and the gravitational attraction among the molecules bring the liquid surface to an eventual equilibrium state when the net potential energy of the surface molecules reaches a minimum value. Now this sentence is very important. The opposing effects of this repulsion and the gravitational attraction among the molecules. Why gravitational attraction? Because this molecule was being pulled downwards. Downwards means towards gravity. So I repeat, the opposing effects of this repulsion and the gravitational attraction among the molecules bring the liquid surface to an eventual equilibrium state when the net potential energy of the surface reaches a minimum value. This is the potential energy of the surface molecules reaching a minimum most value, least value. Now the factors affecting surface tension. The first one we can write temperature. I am going to discuss this part in short. You will have to study this part from the book. 1 minus alpha T dash minus T. Now what is T and T dash? They are the surface tensions, the temperatures T and T dash. So surface tension at small t is capital T. Surface tension at T dash temperature is capital T dash. Now here alpha is a constant. What is alpha? Alpha is a constant quantity. This is called a temperature coefficient of surface tension. Temperature coefficient of surface tension. It is experimentally verified that at a specific temperature of the liquid, the surface tension of the liquid disappears. I repeat, experimentally verified fact that at a specific temperature of a liquid, the surface tension of the liquid disappears. This temperature is known as the critical temperature of the liquid. So you have to understand what is critical temperature of liquid. This is the temperature of the liquid at which, when the liquid reaches this temperature, the surface tension of the liquid completely disappears. Surface tension disappears at this temperature. Disappears at this temperature. The second point is pollution. Now, if impurities are present on the liquid surface, then the surface tension of the liquid usually decreases. Already, I have given an example of alcohol being dropped on the liquid surface, on the water surface. For example, when an oil or a fat-like substance is poured over water, it forms a thin film over the surface of water. This decreases the original surface tension of the ware. So pollution means anything, any impurity present on the surface, it tries to decrease the surface tension. In simple layman language, we can say that impurities present on the top of the surface of liquid exerts a force downwards, trying to increase the area. Now, if area is increased, indirectly we can say the surface tension has decreased. The third point, we can say the presence of dissolved substances. Presence of dissolved substances. Now, if a liquid contains dissolved inorganic, if a liquid contains dissolved inorganic substances, then the surface tension of the liquid increases. So, for inorganic substances, surface tension increases. This is the case of dissolved substances, not the substances that we discussed in the case of pollution. Those substances were dropped on the surface of the liquid. These substances are dissolved substances. Inorganic substances, when dissolved, it increases the surface tension. Vice versa means the opposite, dissolved organic matter, the surface tension decreases. So for organic substances, surface tension decreases. Now the fourth point is medium above the liquid surface. Medium above liquid surface. That means the medium above liquid surface, that means air. The surface tension of a liquid depends on the nature of the medium above the free surface. So if this is the free surface, the container, this is the free surface, this part, that is the medium above the liquid surface. You can take an example. The surface tension of water is about 72 dyne per centimeter in the presence of dry air above the surface of water, but it is about 70 dyne per centimeter when there is moist air above the surface of water at the same temperature. If this place is occupied by dry air, surface tension of the free surface of water is 72, whereas presence of moisture decreases it to 70. That means vapor pressure or the moisture pressure is acting downwards on the surface of the liquid, trying to decrease its surface tension. Now the fifth one is presence of electric charges. Presence of electric charges. The surface tension of a liquid decreases due to the presence of electric charge on the surface of the liquid, because charges attract and repel. Attraction downwards will decrease the surface tension, and repulsion, it will increase the surface tension, because repulsion means helping it to contract more, and downward force, that means it is trying to decrease the surface tension. Now here I am mentioning some phenomena in connection with surface tension. You will all get this in your respective textbooks. Number one, you can say that camphor darts to and fro when put on the surface of water. Camphor, in Bengali we tell it korpur. When you put on the water, it darts, it moves frequently. Second one is, we can say, hair of a paintbrush cling together when the brush is brought out of water because of surface tension. Third was, turbulent sea comes down if oil is poured on the water. Turbulent sea, surface tension decreases, turbulency decreases. Fourth one is, when oil is poured on water, it spreads over the entire surface, decreasing the surface tension. Fifth one, when chalk dust is sprinkled on water and a few drops of alcohol is added, then the dust particles rapidly spread on the water surface. Now, alcohol, what does it do? It decreases the surface tension. Due to unequal surface tension on different parts of water surface, chalk particles spread rapidly on the surface of the water. The sixth point, water cannot seep in through the cloth of raincoats, umbrellas, and tents. In spite of the fact that they have space, water cannot seep in through. The minute pores in the cloths of raincoats, they trap air molecules. The minute pores in the cloth of raincoat, they trap air molecules. These pores are too small to let rain droplets enter because the droplets retain the spherical shape due to surface tension, and the diameters of the spheres are greater than that of the pores. The diameter of the spherical shape of the droplets is greater than that of the pores. So the rainwater falling on the clothes simply flows off. Already you have discussed 2 or 3 more points. So that is a needle can float on water. Same is the case.